please tell everybody about Glastonbury.
Tell about Glastonbury.
And what is the way to Bulgaria?
Okay. First thing I should make clear is the guy who's actually in charge owns Glastonbury is a farmer called Michael Eavis, who's a very well-known figure in the UK. So Glastonbury's been going since, I think, 1971. But it wasn't really until the late 70s, when Michael took it over, that it started getting bigger. When I was a student locally, there was maybe 25,000 people. Now it's 160,000 people, camping for 5 days. So it's the biggest standalone event, I think, in the world like that. It's a very, very big TV show now, and radio show. There's something like 60 or 70 hours goes out live on BBC, on the TV, and more than that on the radio. I've been working with Michael as one of his main bookers for nearly 30 years. Nowadays I just do the other stage and the John Peel stage, so I personally tend to look at the newer, more alternative indie rock acts, although we do have a lot of dance music as well. There are about 30 to 40 stages at Glastonbury, which cover all sorts of genres of music. That apart from the very famous Pyramid stage, which this year was headlined by U2, Coldplay and Beyonce, it's the other stage, second stage. John Peel was a very famous DJ. And there's an acoustic stage, a world music, a jazz stage, so on and so on and so on. So, to cut to the chase of, if you're a Bulgarian act, how do you potentially get on at Glastonbury? Being signed to a major label is not an issue. I would say that on the main stages, 99% of the bands are booked through an agent in either the UK or America, and actually about 90% are probably London-based agents. So for a Bulgarian act to break into, well, I would say not just the UK festival market, but pretty much all of the European festival market, you end up needing an American or UK agent. There are some good agents in mainland Europe, don't get me wrong, but that is the sort of truth of the world. And in terms of how to get a UK agent is obviously, or American, whatever, is obviously quite difficult. But there are various events, showcase events throughout Europe now that are getting more and more important. One of them I actually co-promote, which there's some leaflets at the back over there, Great Escape, which is now the biggest in Europe. But there's an event in the Netherlands in middle of January called Eurosonic. I don't know if anyone's been to it or heard of it. In fact, has anyone heard of Eurosonic here? Okay, you. Well, that's much easier for a Bulgarian act to get on at Eurosonic because they only put on bands from countries that are part of the European Broadcasting Union, which I assume Bulgaria must be part of. If you're in the Eurovision Song Contest, then you're part of the EU. So their brief is to get, roughly speaking, the same number of bands from each country. So, unfortunately, I think their booking process closed about a week ago. But if you're a manager of a band, I would strongly recommend that you go to Eurosonic just to check it out and meet the guy who books it and prime them up for next year. And generally speaking, we send from Great Escape, we send about 4 bookers to Eurosonic and try and see every band, which is pretty hard. There's about 200 bands playing it. And then we will pick the best of the European bands for Great Escape. And that's very much like, because last year we had 250 agents came to the Great Escape. So that's a process you need to do. The other thing you have to be careful, because I go to a lot of foreign events, and obviously sometimes I fall in love with a band and then I will put them on. But it can be dangerous because you can easily get lost in an event like Glastonbury. So normally I'd say, come and do the Great Escape first, because I can make sure that good people come and see you. So I picked up a band from Estonian Music Week a couple of years ago, a girl called Iris. She played the Great Escape, went down well. She played a festival in Latvia this year, went down even better, and one of the main newspapers in the UK went along to see her on my recommendation, so she got a great review. So if Glastonbury had been on next year, which it isn't, by the way, I would have put her on, because at least then a buzz had started, and I know I could have got a UK agent as well, because if I tend to book a band, say to an agent, I'm booking this band from Estonia, there's at least 6 or 7 agents who will need to check that band out. How's that started? Okay.
Имате ли нещо, което искате да попитате още в началото? Аз имам един резервен въпрос, който е малко в страни от подбора на групи, тъй като, знаете, в България има доста фестивали. Колко време отнема организацията на един фестивал, който обикновено малко преди да са промотирани дори хедлайнерите е sold out?